With the faster fire rate comes reasonably high recoil, however. Under fully automatic fire, the FAMAS is quick to drift off target. Recoil is fairly predictable and recovers faster than most other assault rifles, so with careful trigger control, can be tamed. It's worth noting that the FAMAS was recently patched to decrease its effectiveness, adding slightly to the weapon's recoil, decreasing hipfire performance, and slowing the aim time of the weapon. Although the FAMAS used to take 250 milliseconds to aim down the sights, as with most other assault rifles, since the patch it will now take 300 milliseconds to aim instead. Reload is painless enough in most cases, fairly average for the assault rifle category at 2.5 seconds. The full complement of assault rifle attachments is available for the FAMAS, and although the iron sights are reasonably good, there are a range of optical attachments to choose from. The red dot sight replaces the iron sights and provides a clearer view on target, which can be a useful aid to recoil control. The reflex sight is similar, providing an aid to rapid target acquisition and enhancing precision. Both are worthy choices, as it's easy to lose a target at a distance with the recoil and occlusion of the iron sights. For long-range use of the FAMAS, the ACOG scope can be used to provide a zoom advantage and a precision crosshair. The enhanced view on distant targets is useful, but bear in mind the ACOG will increase effective recoil and increase the time it takes to aim down your sights, which may impair your overall performance. The infrared scope is similar, providing an even greater zoom than even the ACOG, and a similarly high increase in recoil. It can make locating distant enemies lurking in the undergrowth easier, but for most practical application of the FAMAS, the infrared scope will be nothing but a hindrance. The FAMAS has the ability to send a tremendous amount of lead towards a target, and as such is more than capable of quickly depleting magazine after magazine. Extended mags then can be a worthwhile choice. Granting 45 rounds instead of 30, you'll get an extra 50% bonus to your capacity before you'll need to reload, which can be particularly useful against multiple opponents. The FAMAS's insatiable appetite for ammunition can be a problem if you're not using scavenger, but dual mags can permit more effective use of an alternative first perk by granting an extra 50% starting ammunition supply. As well as extra ammo, you'll benefit from a faster alternate reload, occasionally useful should you deplete your magazine partway through a gunfight. For those who prefer a stealthier approach, the suppressor will keep you off the radar when firing, at the expense of a portion of your effective range. Thanks to the fast rate of fire and relatively low differential between the maximum and minimum damage levels, the FAMAS is a good fit for the suppressor, and when paired with Ghost will make for a formidable stealth class. The FAMAS is a fairly versatile weapon, capable of competing at most ranges, but if you want to bolster your close range performance, then you can use the underslung weapons. The Master Key adds a pump-action shotgun with a 4-round tube magazine under the FAMAS's barrel, and is capable of one-hit kills at close range. In all honesty though, the inconsistent performance and the need to switch to the weapon before you can use it renders it useless, and the high rate of fire of the FAMAS makes it a potent close-quarter weapon in its own right. The same applies to the underslung flamethrower, as it's easily thwarted with Flak Jacket Pro, and has a switch time and limited range, you're better off relying on hipfire when up close and personal. The third underslung attachment is a little more useful, particularly in objective games. The underslung grenade launcher adds a little explosive ordnance to your arsenal, and is a boon when clearing points or bomb sites. In truth though, there are more useful attachments, and given that Flak Jacket exists as a counter to your grenades, bullets will yield far more reliable kills. Overall, the most useful attachments for the FAMAS include the red dot or reflex sight, extended mags, or the suppressor. The suppressor suits a stealth class. Extended mags will grant a better chance against clusters of enemies, and the red dot and reflex sight will provide assistance in target acquisition and recoil control. For our class loadout, we'll be using the red dot sight, as it's probably the more versatile option and will help when getting to grips with the FAMAS's recoil. With our perks, we'll be building a class designed to get as much lead onto target as quickly as possible. And for our first perk slot, we'll be feeding this voracious weapon with all the ammunition it could ever need.